My biggest advice for beginner riders, things that I've learned, things that I wish I didn't do, and things that you should or should not do when you start riding. So let's get right into the video, starting off with number 1. My biggest lesson when I first started riding had to definitely be that I did not practice riding before getting out on the streets. I should have practiced at a parking lot before I went out on the streets in front of other cars. So I got honked at a lot. I got a lot of, hate for starting to ride on the street when I first started out after taking the MSF course. Now, the biggest thing I learned from that and how to avoid that if you're starting out is just find a nice public parking lot, preferably one that's empty. If you don't know where a nice public parking lot is that doesn't have too many cars or people in it, you can also try riding around in your neighborhood if you have a cul-de-sac or something like that. The next big mistake I made, number 2, is I actually started riding with friends at nighttime. And I know this sounds kind of weird, right? Like, why would I care if it's night or day if I'm gonna ride? The problem is the visibility goes from here to about there. I was also wearing a tinted visor, so I couldn't see very much to begin with, and I was new. When you're starting out, the reason why I wouldn't ride at nighttime, even with friends, is because you're learning, especially if you don't know the roads. When you're on a motorcycle, it's a lot different than a car. Your car can handle bumps in the road. Your car can handle running over a rabbit. Your car can handle a lot more than 2 wheels can. One night, I was riding back home around 11 o'clock at night, not the smartest thing to do. I started going decently fast on the highway because I saw a long corner coming about, but I didn't know that there was tons of uneven road and rocks in the road. So you can imagine I'm leaning MotoGP style, and then I see a bunch of rocks and uneven road. And so all of a sudden, I have 1 second to react. My back tire bumps up, causes me to death wobble, hits my plate, rips the plate off of my bike, it goes flying, probably into another car. And I'm thinking I'm gonna die. I'm thinking I'm not gonna make it. This is the last moment I'm gonna have. And I was lucky enough to be able to be here and make this video today and let you know that that was the worst mistake I could have made. Do not ride when it's dark. It's not safe. It's hard to see things. The third biggest piece of advice I have for a beginner rider is going to be to not pass on the right side of a car if you can avoid it, especially at a light. And the reason being, what is the car usually doing if they're in the right lane? 5 out of 10 times, they're probably gonna turn right. And when you turn right at a light, are you expecting a motorcycle to come next to you and cut you off? Probably not. And that's what a lot of beginners don't realize, is they don't think about how invisible you really are. Although your bike may be loud, you may be coming up too fast for them to react, especially if they're not thinking about a motorcycle coming next to them and cutting them off from a turn. Even if you're in this lane that I'm in right now, and there's a car next to you, and you want to pass them, try to pass them on their left side, in the left lane, not on the right lane. Because a lot of the times, cars are looking to get over to the right. Let's think about this. Are the exits of a highway on the right or the left side of the highway? They're on the right, correct? So most cars are going to be switching from the left to the right, especially in a quick manner, to get off of the highway. And if you were in their way, you might just get caught in the crossfire. They're gonna clip your back end wheel and you're gonna slide across that intersection, and it's not gonna be a fun time. So just do yourself that favor. The fourth biggest tip that I have for you guys is going to be to ride your own ride. You probably heard this from tons of other creators. Some people catch on to motorcycles faster. If you try to keep up with other riders that are more advanced than you are, even just slightly, you're gonna end up getting caught when they're taking a corner or a turn and you're going way too fast, and you end up sliding out. You end up hitting the wall next to you, hitting the curb because you're going way too fast for your own skill set at the time. Can you eventually get there? Can you even be the fastest rider in the group? Absolutely. But what does that take? That takes lots of time and practice, and that's practicing at your own level. So ride your own ride. Don't try to copy anyone else's riding style. Don't try to keep up if you can't. Just make sure that you are keeping yourself safe at all times, because that is the name of the game. It's not how fast I can ride, it's how long I can ride. And then finally, the fifth and final piece of advice I have for you is going to be to invest in the MSF course. Although it costs you a couple $100s, it's going to be a great investment. They're going to teach you how to ride, they're going to provide a motorcycle for you, and they're going to constructively criticize your own riding so that you can be a better, safer rider and be confident when you get out on the road and you start riding that you have the most capability and the most safety knowledge about how to ride properly. How's it going? I personally took it, I invested the money, and the best part about it, you get your license taken the course anyway, and it's easier than the DMV riding test that you'd have to take if you did not take the course. And the final thing I have to say about it is that you also get to meet a bunch of friends in the course. A lot of them are just like you. They haven't gotten a bike yet, they're just starting to ride, they're very scared, and they definitely want to learn how to ride afterwards, and hopefully with another person who's also learning how to ride, so that if you make a mistake, they learn from it, and vice versa. My most fun friend group to this day was actually from the MSF course. We all learned how to ride together. We even went to the dealership the day we finished the course. We all looked at bikes. 3 of us ended up getting the R7. I don't regret it to this day. I honestly look back to that day and I'm happy about what happened. Needless to say, the MSF course is definitely worth the money. It's super fun and I definitely recommend it. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, my 5 pieces of advice for beginner riders in the year of 2025. I hope all of you guys make it out there safe. Leave a comment down below letting me know what the biggest thing that you need help with is, and I'll do my best to answer so that you have more knowledge and you are a safer and better rider at the end of the day. That's gonna wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. If you learned anything from this video, if you found enjoyment out of it, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Ride safe, legends. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Later, my bird. Let me get better as a red light, bruh.